You feel this nervousness on the phone there?
Sir, I've been trying to make an urgent phone call up there.
Well, I don't think it's something I want to do on an overseas phone.
You gotta make some phone calls. Hang up the phone. Prank caller. Prank caller.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Packernet After Dark. This is the call-in show with the Packernet Podcast Network. If you'd like to call in, if you'd like to participate in the show, please feel free to do so. The phone number here is 608-501-0718. New callers go directly to the front of the line. Don't believe we have any new callers today. It seems to come in spurts, you know what I mean? We're not spurting today. Arles, what's up, man?
You know, if I was Matt LaFleur, I'd be like, you know what? Tomorrow, first thing we do, treatment. All right, everybody get your treatments. Next thing we do, jug machine. Everybody. Defense too. Special team shit. Everybody, jug machine. Jug machines, jug machines. Get done with that. We'll review some tape. Fundamentals. Fundamentals. Get your position coaches. I wouldn't even look at the game plan for whoever the hell we play Sunday until we knock that out first. Then we can start game planning. Because good Lord, we should be, even with all the injuries, man, we should be at least 2 scores higher than this, man. But gosh, good Lord, man.
Hands are an issue, folks. The drops are back, and I thought we had kind of fixed it. Obviously, the number wasn't ever going to be 0, but when you look at the percentages, Romeo's right back to where he was. Wicks is right back to where he was. Reed hardly played, but his drops are actually astronomically high because he probably had a drop or something. But I think it just is what it is, man. Fortunately, I think Christian has really cleaned that up, and Golden, as far as I can tell, really is just quite good at that. As is, I think, Savion. I don't know. I don't recall him really having any drops. I haven't really looked at it, but there's some guys that are just going to struggle with that, and other guys that I think aren't, and you have to kind of make your own judgments from there, I think.
Chris from Alabama. I usually don't even call in between these games on the commercial right now, but I just had to say, I guess this season is just going to be, no matter who we play or how good or how bad they are. We just don't have to sit through a game that I have to holler, scream, yell, get my blood pressure up, my heart dropping to my stomach, back up into my throat and back down into my stomach again because of all these tight games, coming down to the wire and all this mess. I guess it's just how this season don't go. I guess every game I might have well expect to just be on edge every single game. Can't get a game I can just sit back and say, you know what? That was a comfortable victory. Nope. Got to go down to the wire every single week, whether we're playing the Giants, the Panthers, the Browns, the Eagles, the Cowboys. It doesn't matter. It's just going to go down to the wire. I guess I need to get used to it. 4 minutes left in the game, 2nd and 7, and we are driving. Let's see if we can complete this drive and go ahead and take this ball game. Go, Pack, go. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah, and, I was just about to say it, and then as it was about to come out of my mouth, I thought, no, I shouldn't say that because I don't think that's true. There is a part of me, having not really looked into it yet, that genuinely believes we're going to kick the living dog crap out of the Vikings. There's just something about it. I mean, the team is seemingly getting better, and then J.J. McCarthy just being as bad as he is, it just kind of had that feeling to me that I think we're going to beat the living crap out of them. But then I thought that's kind of silly. It's a divisional game. Vikings are usually pretty tough. Plus, I feel like we got to see it. I mean, I guess you don't have to see it. I mean, the first time the Packers put a game together, it's going to be the first time, so you're not going to be able to see it. So, I don't know. I'm just saying there was a little rumbling going on in my head that thought maybe, it could be. I don't know. But maybe that's stupid. I don't know. Come on, play the thing, will you?
Oh, watch this Watson, touchdown! Watson, touchdown! Let's go! Watson with the team. He has a second on the day. 9 is officially back. Field, baby. Let's go! Let's go! 9 in the building. Let's go! Let's fucking go! That's what I'm talking about. King. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Number cover. He went up and got it anyway. Grown man shit. Let's go. Let's fucking go, man. We going for 2. Yeah, might as well. Let's go. They gonna call time out. They want to see what we line up. Oh, they ain't calling it? Let's go. Love, back to throw. Let's go, love. Let's go, 27-20. Let's get this shit. Finish this fucking shit off. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's finish the game. That's all I want to see. Finish the game. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Hey, this is what I want to see. Finish the ball game. Jesus. Finish the game. Move, King. Move out the way. Finish the damn game. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yes. 27-20. Let's go. Be a cat on. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah. Oh, man, I ain't called. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I called back. My bad.
There's some pauses in here. I was excited because I knew we were going to get that 2-point conversion, so I was like, yeah, let's do this live, man. I love that. I'm not going to lie, I was so distracted because that was such a fun call. I might have, not in real life in a game, I might have stabbed this guy in the neck on accident, and that's a my bad. Hansel here was trying to help me, trying to teach me how to pickpocket, and I accidentally stabbed him right in the neck. So that's a big my bad. I'm going to have to hide this body here because the family is going to be looking for old Hansel here. He's no longer with us, so that's a problem. Arles, what's going on?
Hey, Ryan, it's Arles. Hey, since I'm calling so much, I'm trying to keep these short.
You're
good. We just got the game-winning interception. And I don't know about you. You can tell me. When he caught that interception, like, obviously I was happy, because, I'm a Packer fan. It's what we do. But I was kind of unmoved for the most part. Just kind of sat here, didn't really jump or anything. I'm just kind of like, good. We need another W in the win column. This game, we've had worse games. This game was just another episode of the 2025 Packers. Of just tomfoolery and goofiness.
Such a good word.
And what's he going to do next? I can almost hear the Benny Hill music playing throughout this game. But I'm happy that we got the W. I'm not going to complain with a victory. I mean, I will complain, but I'll save it for tomorrow. I shouldn't say complain. I'll critique, right? But for the most part, I just hope we can keep growing. I saw some good things in this game. I really think we need to lean more on Watson.
Yes.
And we need to lean more. I shouldn't say lean more, but we need to give Savion Williams more opportunities. If nothing else, he earned it.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get off this phone, man, so that people can call.
Yeah, and, again, Savion was hurt, which is his issue, and I think Golden also is maybe still battling through some stuff. Not that that's a good enough excuse, but like I said, I think what I had predicted to start the season is going to happen. It is taking a lot longer than I thought it would take. We're slowly leaning into, wow, looks like Watson maybe is kind of a guy. And the Golden thing, I don't know. Again, I've never seen the ball thrown in his direction where I wasn't happy. Usually, I mean, I shouldn't say that. I've been unhappy, but not with Golden. I don't know. I think we're learning about Savion. We're liking Savion. We're leaning more on Savion. And hopefully that'll happen with Golden and Watson. And I'm not saying I want anybody completely phased out, but maybe we could tweak the distribution just a touch, and I think we'll find slightly more success. That would be my thought. This seems like a good place to hide a body. Chris, what do you got going on, man?
Chris from Alabama. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Go down, handle your business, get a storm drive when needed, defense, make a play when need to make a play. I know it probably wasn't how everybody wanted it to be, a old nice little blowout or whatever, but it was a tough ball game, and it looked like we coming out on top. That's all that matters right now. Let's keep stacking up these wins. Let's keep on doing what we need to do to try to get better and try to improve, man. There was some clunkers out there today. Wasn't perfect. But at the end of the day, we got a dub, man. It's 3rd and 3 right now, man. We about to pick up this first down, man. 26 seconds left, man. We got this dub, man. We did what we had to do. That's what I'm talking about. Keep playing like that. Like I said, it's an inferior opponent and all that. It's a road game. We came out. We got the victory. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff we need to tighten up on, and we definitely got to get healthy. But we won the game. Offense looked a lot better than they did last week. Still a lot of stuff to clean up.
Yep.
But still looked way better than last week. And when chips hit the line, they got it done. They got it done. But that's all I got, man. I'm going to sit back and see who going to say something about the play calling, who going to say something about all that other stuff. But we got the win, baby. That's all that matters to me right now. Go, Pack, go. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like we're back to where we were earlier in the season, where it's like, we still got stuff to work on, but there's two main components. Number one, you got to win. That's what we messed up the last 2 weeks. I know it's frustrating because it's like, every week there's something wrong. I agree, and I get that, and I understand. But let's refocus. We need to win our games, and we need to improve. And I know it feels like we didn't improve, but that's just because some things are not improving and some things are getting worse or this, that, or the other, while some things are improving. I mean, Watson is absolutely emerging. Getting him back has been massive. I do think the offensive line is seeing some positives, although losing Elton is a massive negative. Banks, I do think, is improving, and that's good. And we'll see what happens. We got to see what happens with Sean Ryan and Jordan Morgan. We got to see if Zach Tom can stay healthy and stay on the field. And if not, what do we have in Kennard? It's kind of a, one step forward, one step back with the offensive line. But, defensively, I think flying under the radar, I'll talk about this a little bit tomorrow, flying under the radar, Bullard is playing well. Evan Williams and Valentine and even Keyshawn, I mean, the DBs are playing well on this defense. I think a lot of things are going well. I think Jordan, I don't want to say Jordan's improving because he's played pretty well all year, but, you got a quarterback that's playing well. If you can kind of get the rest figured out, and it's been pretty volatile, they have the pieces to make it work. It is volatile because, number one, they haven't been able to really put it together. Number two, the offensive line is devastating. If you don't have a good offensive line, your quarterback is under duress. He's handling that very well, but also if you don't have a run game, good luck. So, they got to try to figure that out. Maybe Kennard could actually help this team because as much as he's a completely unknown commodity, and I don't know how good of a pass blocker he is, apparently the guy is a freakishly good run blocker. I'm not saying replace Zach Tom, but I'm just saying maybe he could play somewhere else, or if Zach Tom gets hurt, that's the extra added benefit. That's a stupid comment, but I'm just saying, it's tough, but at the end of the day, just win your freaking games and then continue to make progress. And as much as something might feel kind of hopeless or whatever, we just don't know, man. Things change every second of every day. 1 minute, this guy is the greatest in the world. The next, they're terrible. And all I can say is I'm back on the same freaking talking points from 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. And that is, I don't know what we're going to look like come week 18. I just know we're not going to look like what we look like now. And since it might be better, it might be worse, and we don't really know, at this point, all that we need to do is, number 1, stay healthy, and number 2, win your freaking games. We'll worry about the rest later. Take a break. We'll be right back.
Okay, so it's almost prophetic. Not prophetic. It's almost ironic that the game ends with an interception when we drop like 10 this entire day. I'll take it. I know everybody wants a massive win, but you know what? I'll take it, man. A lot of good happened today. I'm not going to be that stupid fan that's like, well, what about that one guy? People drop passes, but then people caught passes. So huge for this. Let me turn this down. Excuse me.
You're excused.
Sorry, it's a good game. You know, we didn't kill them, but we came in, we went in. We're still depleted. Our offensive line is still ass. But we did what we had to do to win. That's all that matters. So go Pack, go. Let's just get a little better every week. Peace out.
You're what? Hopefully everything's going well with you in the bathroom. But I mean that's what I was saying. Just win your games, keep getting better, and that's it. LaFleur, just find one thing to improve on. Find one little tweak that can make us better. Find just a handful of plays or a player or something that just makes us that much better. And Halfley, hang in there, brother. Keep it coming. Maybe find anybody else on the team to rush the passer, because I don't want that going backwards. I understand all the stuff and everything else, but Wyatt and Rashawn are having a bad day and everybody's freaking out about now nobody can rush the passer. And I would love it if you could just quash that, and that would be great. Beer Cheese, what's up?
Well, I tell you what, Ryan, I tell you what, boy. Well, Packers win. I'm very happy. Honestly, I know it was ugly. Mm-hmm. We have a lot to work on. All right, but you can look at this a few different ways. You can look at it as we played ugly, still won, got a lot to work on. Or you can just be like, oh, we're not that good, which I don't really think we're that good, honestly. That, or we just need to fix some things. I don't know, dude. But we did what was necessary to win that game. Okay? I'm so sick that we freaking had like 5 interceptions, and couldn't catch them. Freaking McDuffie tackling Bullard when he had the ball in his hands. Valentine had about 2 of them. But whatever. Williams with a clutch interception. He was just right there on the route, just waiting for it. Incredible. When Willis came into the game, it just looks like it's like the same offense, really, kind of. I mean, there was more rollouts and stuff, but I feel like Love can do that kind of stuff. And then they started doing that kind of stuff, and it was working pretty good. I like it. So I think LaFleur just needs to call this game to help Love. Just help him,
Help me.
do what he's good at. And we had so many drops. That was so ridiculous. The game would have been a whole different story if you get rid of those drops and make them catches. And it really would have been. I mean, we probably would have blown them out, really, to be honest with you. So, you can look at it as, we're very, very good if we get rid of mistakes. I mean, and that's pretty much been how it's been. The offense just seemed to kind of flow. Once Love came back in after what was going on with him, he just seemed to have this kind of different aura to him. He was, I don't know, he was just more in command of the offense, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it was a reality check. Bro, I got to get back out there. Willis was great, though. Really happy for Willis to get in there, throw that freaking awesome pass to Watson. That was incredible, dude. But, dude, the greatest pass was to freaking Watson from Love at the end of the game to basically win it for us. I'm out of breath. I'm just so freaking happy. But, yeah, that pass to Watson. Dude, if you turn your head against Watson, it's over, bro. Defender turns his head, dude, Love is gonna freaking throw that thing, boy. I'm very pleased with it. Defense, we've got to do better at tackling. It was pretty pathetic.
I mean, we had the guys wrapped up. Like, start going for the legs, man. You've got to just start dropping down and getting the legs. But other than that, I mean, they did their job. I mean, they kept him to 20. What did Micah say? You keep opponents to 20, should be able to win. And we did that, and it was cool. I'm going to call back again.
And I think that is fair to say, from a defense. If we hold him to 20, I kind of expect you to win this game. I think that's a fair expectation.
So we got a kicker situation. Well, it looks like Ryan, this Haversick guy is not very good, although there was wind. I'll give him that. There was wind. But no wonder why he was never signed by another team, man. And so the fans got what they wanted, and it wasn't what they thought. I mean, it was pretty bad, though, dude. I understand the wind, but, like, even with the wind factor, the kicks weren't even close, man. They weren't even competitive. You know what I mean? So that is what it is. O-line kind of
hit the wrong button. And again, it was tough conditions and everything. I don't think Haversick is complete dog crap, at least not that bad. But it was silly to assume that he's some kind of a superhuman kicker from Mars that we just happened to stumble upon, that just fell from the heavens, that just doesn't miss kicks, and this is just the way it is forever now. I mean, that was such a silly narrative.
They started to pick it back up after a while during the game, like blocking-wise, but during the beginning of the game, like first half, nothing was going right, man. Nothing could go right for us, and it was funny because my wife made fun of me because at the end of the game, I'm like, nothing goes right for us. Nothing ever happens. They're just going to score, and then they're going to get a 2-point conversion, and then they're going to win by 1. And then they get the interception, and then she goes, nothing ever good happens for us. We can never get anything good. Oh. And she's like, look what just happened.
Sounds like you got a good woman there. That's awesome.
Well, I'm glad it happened, sweetheart. Thank you so much. But, yeah.
Find you a woman that keeps you in check, man. That's funny.
To clean up. I don't know if I'll call back tomorrow. I'm probably going to call back tomorrow, but I am going to be in Myrtle Beach for the Carolina Superintendent convention or whatever it is for golf course superintendents of Carolina.
Whatever it is I do.
So I'll get to play golf on tomorrow, and then I have like educational classes on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they have like the trade show. I have a salesman selling different like kind of mowers and new technology and like new products like fertilizers and whatnot and fungicides and whatever. So I'll probably call tomorrow morning on my way over to wherever I'm going to get picked up for this thing.
Whatever it is I do.
I'm going with my boss and another guy I work with. So I'll probably call tomorrow, but hopefully I can catch the episodes. Maybe I'll just bring my earbuds with me and listen to the truck. But yeah, you guys, screw you guys. Packers won, and I need to listen to the Packernet podcast. So whatever podcast you put out, hopefully I'm listening to it as you speak. Overall though, I don't know, dude. Bullard was pretty beast, and dude, Nixon, he just gets fooled and he gets manhandled. It just really was frustrating me, man. And like he just bites on every route, and it's so annoying, man. Valentine was great, but the run defense, quite horrendous when a running back of like, how do we stop Barkley, but we can't stop this Tracy dude? Come on. Anyways, go Pack, go.
Yeah. All that stuff. Hey, Hansel's back. He's not dead anymore. That's great news. Nate, what's up?
Hey, Ryan. It's Nate from Lacrosse. Haven't called in a while. Game just ended. My one takeaway is it was really good to see the offense actually get something going, even though with all the drops, it was good to see us get our downfield pass game going a bit more than I feel like we have in the past. Defense was getting gashed on the run mostly, and we just couldn't catch any of Jameis's picks until the last one. But my main thing for calling in is I straight up think this was Jordan's best game of the year.
Yeah.
Like, even counting the Pittsburgh game, like, the guy was just flinging it, throwing pinpoint passes. We had 7 drops-ish. Maybe it was 6 or 7. But I think this was his best game of the year. He stayed aggressive downfield with the wind, battled all the drops, and still put faith in his guys. And Watson just had wonderful 2 touchdown catches, real strong hands. It was awesome to see. He did have the drop down the sideline, but that's a pretty tough catch. But it is one they'll probably tell you he could have had. But feeling good about the win. Back-to-back losses. I'll take the win, absolutely. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Have a good one.
Well, I don't know if you've heard yet. We'll talk about it tomorrow, but according to PFF, it was not only the best game he's had this year, it was the best game of his entire career. So, just to put into perspective, I mean, it's low volume is kind of the issue. There's not a lot of attempts, so it doesn't look as massive as like his game against Dallas or whatever, where there's just giant numbers. But from a down to down, play to play basis, PFF looked at it and said this was his best. I mean, he had 3 other games I think that were close, but this edged out all of them. And by the way, the best game since 2023, since that Dallas game, because all the other 90 plus grades were in and around that time. Second half of 2023, Toyota-thon Jordan 2023. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Hi, Ryan. It's Randy from Minnesota.
Yo.
Wow. Finally, huh?
Yep.
Finally. And just whoever says we need to get rid of LaFleur, it's out of their mind. That man coached his tail off today. It's not his fault that our DBs can't catch a ball.
Right.
Or our receivers are dropping passes. The play's there, and they're just not converting. Second half, and Jordan, oh my God, once again, dropping dimes is like, it was just such an awesome game. I'm so happy, so glad for these guys and for us. Finally get a victory Monday. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Just hoping to see things continue. The way this team stuck together and fought back, I mean, that says a lot. So much for losing the locker room. A team that loses the locker room wouldn't do what the Packers did today. Anyway, we'll be up in Green Bay next week for the Viking game. Can't wait to see it. Go Pack, go. Bye.
Nice. My son is begging me to go to that Vikings game. He's just got it. My wife casually mentioned to him, "Oh, you and your dad should go sometime," not realizing we have no money, and so now he's just going crazy. My wife apparently thought we can get tickets for like $100, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you should go." Didn't realize, $250 more like per ticket. So now I'm gonna have to hear that every 5 minutes. But no, I hope you have a good time. Sounds like it should be a fun one. Hopefully, we can keep this train a rolling. We're gonna need to because the Lions got, I think, the Giants coming up. I don't know. The Bears have looks like Rodgers-less Steelers team coming up. So it looks like another week of the NFC North continuing to win. So if we fall to the Vikings, we're in a bad way. So that needs to be a bit of a beating, I think. So fingers crossed on that one. Garrett.
Hey, Ryan. I was just wondering who had on their bingo card that number 81, Wiley, would get a touchdown before Matthew Golden.
Yeah, just rubbing it in at this point.
So long that this guy isn't getting his touchdowns in. I know it'll come sooner than later, but man, that's tough to watch and see that the guy he's out there and struggling to get plays happen for him, and it just doesn't get the TDs as a result. But today's win, I don't think my heart can take much more of a jarring game than that. Defense came up big at the end, but man, they're going to have to step it up. They've got some really tough games coming up, but they got the road win, and hopefully they can build upon it. Go Pack, go.
Yeah, and remember Christian. right? It was, week 1, the drop and all this stuff, and everything was bad, and then it was like week 10, he kind of exploded. So, I mean, we're past that now, but let's just hope that once it happens, it comes in bunches. You know what I mean? Because I don't recall the last time we had a guy on the team that I felt more confident in. And that includes Watson, which, I mean, for obvious reasons, as fast as he is, you don't know about his route running, about his hands, about all kinds of stuff that are very unsure of. There's really almost nothing that I'm unsure of. The only possible thing is it's somewhat of a mental thing with Golden, where he's just maybe not able to kind of get the hang of it, get the grasp of the concepts and this or that. But I don't think so. I think it's coming. I don't know what it's going to take or when it's going to happen. I'm just not worried about it. I'm disappointed, like everybody else, frustrated, especially for him. I don't want him to start getting discouraged, but I still think it's happening. It's gonna come. Let's take our last break here, and then we'll hit up Kyle from Madison.
What's up, Ryan? It's Kyle from Madison.
Yo.
Well, the long national nightmare of a 2-week losing streak for the Green Bay Packers is over.
Enough of that nonsense.
So, I don't care about anything else. That is amazing. Well, I mean, I do care about other things, but that is amazing. Because, now we can just complain about stuff, but we're complaining about it after a win, which is a whole different situation.
Yeah.
So, glad they got the win. I guess positives are, we got signs of life from the offense. I thought Love played that's a pretty gutsy performance by him. To come back, gut it out, play that well. And honestly, if the freaking receivers just catch a couple of those balls for him, like earlier in the game, I mean, this thing's probably blown wide open. But that said, I've got to give both Love and the receivers credit for not turtling up and having a pity party and sucking. I mean, they kept playing, they kept gutting it out, and then they had some big catches later in the game, so that's good. Unfortunately, because we're the Packers this year, we can't seem to get any complimentary football. So the offense comes back, then the defense, I don't want to say disappears, because you hold an NFL team to 20 points, it's like,
right.
It's not amazing, but it's not horrific. But it's just to let them on these 14-play drives. I think they even had a 16-play drive. It's soul-sucking, man. And I don't know. It just was very squishy all day. It felt like that defense very squishy. They were giving up some just painful, third down and fourth down conversions of pretty decent distances. I can remember 2 that were like 3rd and 10 or more. You can't do that. So that's another game with the defense kind of not getting in on the sacks. But they did make the play when it needed to be. Parsons made that huge play at the end. So that's great. And then, I don't know, the kicking game, that's probably the most predictable. As soon as I saw it was going to be 18-mile-an-hour wind, I'm like, yep, I know how this is going to go. Everybody wants him to play, and then, I mean, you even said it, before the game. Like, he's going to miss bunches. Of course he's going to miss a bunch of them. And then, I don't know. To be fair, the other kicker did miss one as well. Did we ever make an extra point this game? I'm trying to think. We must have, right? I don't even know. But that part of the special teams was abysmal. But I don't know, man. The offense, there were some signs of life. Hopefully Jacobs is okay. We got the win. Unfortunately, the Bears won as well. But still, I mean, we needed the win however we could get it. And now it's on to Minnesota.
Yeah, the defense thing is tough. I'm going to have to think through that a little bit. The biggest issue is the keeping our offense on the sideline. That to me is the biggest thing. That and kind of tiring yourself out. I will say, though, as far as the philosophy goes, I think it's fairly sound insofar as Hafley clearly put these guys into positions to succeed. The whole thing is you're not going to be able to dink and dunk us all the way down without making mistakes. And when you look at 4 dropped interceptions or 5 or whatever it was, I mean, good Lord, this team was put in so many positions to just take this exact defensive philosophy and ram it down their throat and just embarrass this team. Not to mention you got, the tackle for a loss on 3rd and 15 that turns into like a 25-yard gain because Edgerrin Cooper can't make a tackle on a guy that he has his arms around. I mean, there was just some flaws in execution, more so than flaws in scheme. As much as I want to be upset with Hafley about, do we have to play like this? Can we be more aggressive and everything? I think it's working. And I think, as long as guys can execute, it seems to be doing the job. So we just got to wake up a little bit. And again, even on a bad day, they gave up 20 points. When you look at the statistics, there's really nothing very impressive. I'm sure you could find a couple things that were, but you look at their rushing yards per attempt. I mean, it felt worse than it was. Like, oh, they ran all over us. I don't know about that. It's a slight exaggeration, I think. Might have felt that way, but again, the statistics would tell you a different story entirely. But yeah, I gotta sort that out in my head a little bit as far as the negative effects of that, because the problem with the hey, we held them to 20, so I expect you to win. Well, it's hard for me to overcome that if you don't give me the ball. You know what I mean? The upward limit of what I'm able to score is dependent on how many opportunities I get. And if you're going to limit my opportunities because the pace of the game is slow, which means everybody's points are low, you didn't really do anything for me. It kind of becomes more of a per drive thing than anything, which I think is probably the best way to look at it. But again, I don't know. I think the execution was the biggest problem, but I still got to kind of parse through a couple thoughts on that, because it is a confusing situation we're in, where it feels like the defense has been bad the last several weeks, but they've also given up like no points, so they've been actually quite good. So I don't know.
Hey, Kyle again. Just real quick. Oh, by the way, do you see Bryce Young dropping 450 and 3 tutties?
No, I didn't even see that.
Like, the guy can't do anything. What do you got, like 90 yards against us or something? Then he goes out for 450 and 3 touchdowns today.
Right.
Yeah. Talk about
not bad
up and down quarterback. But anyway, I'm wondering to myself, I haven't gone down the social media rabbit hole yet, but I'm trying to think to myself, is there going to be people online that I find today who are actually, with a straight face, clamoring for Malik Willis to start?
A few,
because I feel like there's going to be. And I'm hoping not, but I just feel like there's actually going to be those people.
Yeah, there are.
And I don't know, on a day where your starting quarterback goes out, comes back in and plays pretty freaking amazing. I mean, like I said, if they just catch, how many drops we have today? 6, probably? Or I don't even know. Between the dropped interceptions and the dropped passes, man. I mean, that'd be like, he'd probably be at almost 300 yards and 3 touchdowns or something. But I thought he played great today. I thought Love played great. And he was under pressure a lot of the game. So if there are people clamoring for Willis, then I don't really know what to say, to be honest. I hope there isn't. I can understand, like, the one thing, because, like, what did Breeze say on the broadcast? Like, maybe you have to get a Willis package. It's like, yeah, but why? If you put Willis in, is that who you want throwing the ball? No. I understand he had what looked like an amazing throw. I think he got a little lucky on that pass, my friend. I mean, it looked amazing how it ended up, but I'm not so sure if that happens 100 times, if it's not picked or batted down 90 of them. But, hey, I'm glad he got it in there. But, like, why would you have a Malik Willis package? Because unless he's coming in to sneak it, you'd rather have Love pass. And if you only have Willis come in and run, then just have a running back run. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know exactly how you use him. Certainly on the ground, he can do things Love can't, but it's just, I don't think it makes sense, really. Unless you have, like, we need a yard package that kind of throws him off that you could trot out, once or twice. But anyway, I don't know, man. I'm happy that we won that game because, I mean, how many times this year have we lost that type of game, right? So you break that streak, and kind of everything else I'm not as concerned about because of how high variance all three sides of this ball have been. So, go Pack, go.
Yeah, I mean, the Malik thing is, I mean, just look at some of the plays that we ran. The way he stresses defense is, first of all, I don't think you're giving him quite enough credit on that. He is, you go back and look at how he's played, he has had some unbelievable throws. His accuracy has been shockingly good. I've always been shocked since he got here at how accurate and incredible some of his throws have been. But you look at, for example, when you get him in space, they had the one play where it was like a kind of like a run pass option kind of a thing, or read option, but it's he rolls out to the right and everybody has to. I mean, you have to assume he's running, but he also could pitch it to the guy behind him. He also can throw it. And then, like I said, on top of that, if you're going to do that, even if you do it once or twice a game, the fact that you're forcing other teams to prepare for two quarterbacks is a major advantage for yourself. So, yeah, I mean, Jordan is the better just pure pocket passer. But the ability to stress the defense is the way that Malik can, especially, situationally. Certain teams might be playing a certain way. They might have certain strengths or weaknesses or whatever that can be exploited. I definitely don't have an issue with doing that. As many ways as you can keep these guys on their toes. And I just think the way Matt LaFleur runs the offense, every time Malik goes out there, the offense looks so good. I feel like suddenly everybody, it's like the clouds part and the sun starts shining. Everybody can block. The defense looks inept. Everybody's wide open. Like everything just works, So I doubt we're going to see it very often. I don't know if there's ever going to be a package. If I had to guess, like the over-under, I would probably, I mean, not including injuries or closing out a game or whatever. Maybe in the playoffs or something, we'll try to do something wild. I don't think we're going to see a ton of that, but at the same time, I think Matt does love that. I mean, Malik is clearly a talented guy. His speed is shocking. I mean, it really is. It's not like he's slightly more mobile than Jordan. I mean, he is Justin Fields fast. So, I mean, we've got a weapon there for sure.
What's going on? It's Omar Falfetta. How y'all doing? I wish I called earlier, like right after the game. I had company, so I had to wait. So I'm probably gonna get to the next episode or the third one. But nevertheless, I called 2 weeks ago and said I'm kind of just gonna be chill the rest of the season until the end. Like, I'm gonna just watch it, not get too high, not too get low. So I was able to survive the last, loss we had. So that's why I didn't call. It was no need. I made it through. Anyway, I like Jordan Love played a lot better this game, so that was a positive. And that's a real more important. He ran with the ball. He got himself hurt. But he was all right. Like, he did what we wanted to see, which is step up into the pocket, do that. So that was a good thing. Backups played better. Wilson played real great. But they're on the back position. This is the last year of his contract, so I don't know if we're going to re-sign him or let him go. I think they're probably going to let him go, but I feel like we should re-sign him. But they'll probably just get like a 7th-round running back. At least give him an offer or something, try to sign him. Also, the same thing for, what's another player we got? I don't know what you did. I can't even remember who it is now. Oh, yeah, the backup QB. He played well enough, I think, to, again, get an offer from us, but I know we like to save money and draft, so maybe we should just put an offer out there and, draft for somebody, get somebody in the 7th round to try to replace him and see who played better. But nevertheless, those were positives. I enjoyed it. And for whatever reason, I do like being a GM when I watch the team play. Like, I want to replace this player. I want to give this player more money. It's kind of how I always like to watch football, too.
I get it.
But the negative, I'm not going to go a whole lot. But, again, I enjoyed Dobbs. He made a couple plays, but the drops was atrocious. So, again, like I think I called this in the beginning of the season, but Golden's just going to replace him. I don't see us giving him a contract extension. The money he's going to want is not worth it. But I do think Watson, hey man, go ahead, pay that man. Like he playing great. So pay him. And lastly, what I would do is pay Valentine. Give him a bump. Oh yeah, but as far as letting people go, Musgrave is pissing me off. That was a nice way of saying it. He has been a bust, so I will look to replace him. I know we can't cut him. We won't cut him, but he's terrible. Such a disappointment. Anyway, go back though.
Yeah, and a lot of people are going to be really mad with Matt LaFleur's comments, which, there was more to it, but just to be as controversial as possible. His comments were essentially, he talked to his coaching staff and said they need to have Musgrave out on the field more. So that's gonna upset some people. Now, the context behind that is that he said, I know about the bad plays or whatever, but if you go back and actually watch the tape, they felt he actually had a very good game. And PFF kind of corroborated that because despite the drops, which obviously are an issue, his pass blocking and run blocking were actually very good. So he made two very crucial, stupid mistakes, but he's a very talented guy. He's made some plays, not as many as obviously the coaching staff would like. They want to get him out there to stress defenses in different ways. But I think they felt that there was a lot of growth in him this past week that was massively overshadowed by some very stupid mistakes.
Hey, sorry, last call here, but as that game was unfolding, I'm thinking if we do lose this game, you absolutely cannot blame Matt LaFleur or Jordan Love. You know what I mean? Like, I actually thought there was a couple wrinkles into the offense that were pretty good today. I don't know who's calling what. Like, I don't know if LaFleur is calling, like, hey, it's 3rd and 2. Let's go 33 yards down the field for a bomb. I don't know who's calling that or if Love's, we'll never know. But, those are the kind of plays that if they work, you're super happy as a fan. If they don't, everybody's pissed off because it's only 3rd and 2 and it's a lot, you'd think there's a lot higher percentage stuff available to you. But then at the same time, if you're getting 6 or 7 drops out of your receivers, I want to say there was a couple of down and distance 3rd downs where it's like, yeah, they're totally committed to the run. You got one-on-ones. Like, I'd like to see them maybe line up or stack those cornerbacks into a little bit higher percentage play than the teardrop down the sideline. But, man, Love put it there all game. He had one to Watson. He had how many? He had Dobbs. He had some balls that were absolutely elite in their placement today, even with the win. So, you can't blame him. You can't blame LaFleur. If they would have lost it, it absolutely was going to come down to drops, both offensively and defensively. How many times did our DBs get their hands on a ball today? Like legit 3 picks, not even counting the one we had. Like, I feel like there was at least 3 interceptions out there. And they're going to have to figure out this run defense because unless the only way to prevent that is to get a lead with the offense. Because that, against a team that really doesn't have a lot of studs on the line and is missing their best running back, they did such a good job against Barkley last week, and then you go and you just absolutely get just pushed around in the run game today by a lesser team. It's a bit baffling, and I would have liked to have seen us make an adjustment where we could actually stop that. We just could not. But they did make a few key stops when they needed. This team is such a strange team this year. But you know what? Like, whatever, you get the win, you go to Minnesota. If you can get a win there, you could be at 7 wins going into Detroit. And then at least, even if you drop that game, you're in a good position. So I guess we shall see.
Yeah, and again, when you look at it, I think the run defense was frustrating. They were, picking up the 3rd downs and whatnot. On a play-to-play basis, though, it really wasn't. I mean, it really wasn't just getting gashed or anything like that. I think it was more frustrating than dominant. But yeah, you know, I mean, when you look at the grades and whatnot, Wyatt, I mean, he's never been a good run defender, but I mean, it was a terrible game from him. And again, you have like the individual mistakes like Edgerrin Cooper, who I think had a pretty good game, but you got the terrible play that he had, and it can kind of add up a little bit. But I don't think it was, you know, everybody's going to pile on this defense now because it's just what we need to do, apparently. But they really were not terrible. It was a little frustrating because they couldn't get off the field, and they couldn't get off the field because, again, remember, this defense is not, this whole like dink and dunk and drive down the field thing is what they're doing. It's how they play now, because that's what offenses are doing. And so the defense is like, okay, fine. So yeah, they're going to complete passes. They're going to run the ball with some success. Sometimes, you know, they'll get their 4 yards or whatever. The point is, though, eventually they're going to get you off the field. And the issue was less about, well, they completed so many passes, and more about, you know, when those opportunities come to get them off the field, to stop on a third down, Edgerrin, to get a pick, you have to capitalize. That's the whole point. That's what we're doing here. That's what we're trying to do. You know, eventually you're going to get that opportunity, and you have to be ready for it. And if you don't do that, then yeah, I guess they can drive all the way down the field. They still didn't, because the stops, you know, they got it when they needed it. But that's really what they needed to clean up, and that's the one thing that they really kind of took a step back with. But it hasn't been a massive issue all year, so it's not something I'm going to overreact to because it happened in one game. We'll see how things go as the weeks progress, but I'm not massively upset about anything. Okie doke. I am going to leave her at that. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Well, I was sitting in my chair, just doing my show. Talking about them Packers, letting that good talk flow. Oh, Lord. But the devil came calling through that telephone line. And poor old Hansel, he ran out of time. He said, come here, son, I'll teach you how to steal. Yes, he did. Just a peaceful old man trying to make a deal. Oh, no. But I had that controller, wasn't watching my screen. Committed the worst crime that kingdom come has seen. What have I done? I got them Hansel blues. Got them Hansel blues. Stabbed that man while discussing the news. Lord have mercy. My mama told me, boy, you can't do two things at once. Now I'm crying these tears for my tutorial dance. The Hansel blues. Now the caller, he's going on about Jeff, half his defense. And I'm nodding my head like it all makes sense. that screen in Bohemia, there's a dying man. Blood on medieval cobblestones wasn't part of my plan. No, sir. His last words should have been about picking them locks. Oh, yeah. Instead, he's gurgling while I'm praising Josh Jacobs' blocks. Forgive me. Auto-save was minutes ago, but I let it ride. Now Hansel's ghost gonna haunt me nationwide. Packernet genocide. I got them Hansel blues, them deep Hansel blues. My attention span is bad news, terrible news. Tried to podcast and game, thought I was so slick. Now every time I load up, I remember that pic. The fatal Hansel blues. They say a man can't serve two masters, and now I know that wisdom true. 'Cause when you're podcasting about the green and gold, medieval teachers die because of you. Because of you, Lord. Well, I could reload, try to make it right. Yes, I could. But that guilt's gonna follow me into the night. Every night. So I'll carry this burden like a ball and chain. Every podcast I record, I'll remember his pain. Rest easy, Hansel. Go, Pack, go. And may Hansel rest in peace.